Okay.
Go ahead, Ruby. You're leading. This is a Ruby show, guys. So I'm going
What?
to let her open up.
No,
No, you're the
Levi.
intro. You're the intro.
Yes.
Come
What?
on. Hit that
Yes.
intro.
What?
Hit that intro.
That is
Oh man!
crazy.
I guess one more time.
Hit it.
Love me, love me.
And we
Oh
have
my
to mute
God.
it.
Waffle Grits is back. Waffle Grits is back. Episode 16. Episode 16. We're back, guys.
Oh my God.
Yes, indeed, the needy. We're back with another OG episode. Get your grits, get your eggs, get your syrup and bacon, baby, because we're back on this beautiful Thursday evening, coming to you with the soothing sounds of IshaLioness, Radical Rule, and the one and only Uchiha Levi. We're here once again. We got a lovely show for you guys today. It's called Love, Life, and Perspective. We're talking about romance, baby. Yes, we are. It is romance time. All right. And I already know that there's going to be some people in their chat that are going to be triggered by this, but so be it. So be it. Some of the people need to be triggered. Okay.
Mhm.
But before we get into this, because we're going to be being led today by the
Oh
one
my goodness.
group or RubyXD, aka Ruby Ramen. With that being said, have y'all heard about the hantavirus? Wiping people out in broad daylight. It is
The what?
for the people that have already lost their lives. That is a damn tragedy. Okay,
Yeah.
absolutely.
May
Because,
they
but yeah,
rest
you
in
didn't hear.
peace. May they
Ruby,
rest
you didn't
in
hear about this?
No. What's
Why
going
all this
on?
late to what's? But listen, there's all this degradation, destruction, and chaos, and I be trying to keep you up to date, and you still don't know what's going on.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Anyways,
another unfortunate virus that is going around like
yes.
the other
Oh,
one,
like,
but this one's worse and it's coming off of the cruise ships and planes,
oh no.
Mhm.
Are you
smaller, and this
serious?
one's a
Oh
lot
my
more,
God.
yeah, it's a lot more deadlier.
So basically, there's a cruise ship that is basically stranded at sea right now because nobody wants to let them port. Because allegedly, there is a situation where they call it the hantavirus, which has been basically found on this cruise ship. People are infected. I believe there's 8 that we think are infected and 3 that are dead. Okay. Um, Again, tragedy. And this is terrible. And it does kind of freak me out just a little bit, but I'm trying not to let the pandemonium take over and have us out here losing our SHIT. Okay. So I'm hoping that we learn from the last one and we're going to be able to kind of handle this in ways that's going to be constructive, if you will. But yeah, Rube, they're like it's wild right now. Again, they don't
Oh
want to
my.
these people to dock. These people are still at sea. A guy made a video basically bawling his eyes out saying we're people and things like that. It's wild work that's going on right now. Wild work.
They
So
are
I just
people,
wanted
but
to
unfortunately, nobody wants another outbreak like we have to. Like you said, nobody wants what happened last time if
oh yeah.
nobody's going to do anything to help. It's not about politics, it's not anything, it's about keeping us all safe. And they got to figure out how to keep everybody safe
Well,
and
this
not let that
isn't
spread. That's what I'm saying. It's not political for people who want to make it political. It's just safety.
this isn't the COVID virus.
No,
All
but
right.
it can become that.
This
It's
right
worse,
here.
right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
worse.
This right
I'm
here.
saying it could be worse if it gets all over the world and we have to shut
Oh
down
my
again
God. I
and
have
do
to
all this.
look into this
Look it up,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Ruby.
yeah.
It
So
just
it's
fingers crossed, and we don't just pray for the
so
people on that ship.
yeah, absolutely. And basically, it's basically transferred through rat feces or rat urine particles. So people were asking that the cruise ship have rats. This is why I don't do cruise ships, but see people asking that the cruise ship has rats, and I
Mhm.
think the WHO, whatever it was, World Health Organization came out and said no, there are no rats on the cruise, and I'm just like, you would say that because you're trying to
But
protect the cruise,
also, it could
respectfully.
come from
Yeah.
anything. Some people
Yep.
got not trying to be
So
rude. Some people have rats in their houses. Some people
why you
are
not trying to be
yeah,
rude?
I'm not trying to be rude,
oh
but
my God.
let's be real. Some
People
people
do have
do
people
have
have rats,
rodents in
bro.
their houses. That's just what it is. Not sometimes, not because they're unclean, but because of where they live.
Hmm.
Look at the people of New York. Not all people's homes in
they
New York.
got rats the size of
bad.
puppies in New York.
They got rats everywhere.
Yeah, they got giant
family.
rats.
I got family in New York, and their houses are clean. I'm not saying they have rats, but could not be uncommon for it to just go up and just come into your house.
Yeah,
but
rats.
That's even more scary though, because if that's the case, someone brought it onto the cruise ship, right? Which means
that's what they're assuming, but then we don't know.
We won't.
Okay, first, to Aisha's point, just for the sake of conversation, yes, New York does respect to the NYC, respect the Gotham City, baby. Shout out. But regardless, y'all do have rats the size of 3-year-old babies. Y'all do. Okay. With that being said, yes, Ruby. We don't know where we don't know if the person came aboard infected or did they get infected on board. Now, the WHO allegedly is saying that there are no rats on the ship. I don't believe it's just kind of hard for me to believe, especially, some of these cruise ships are not on, I'm not trying to slander anybody, but just I wouldn't put it past them. With that being said, how the Hunter virus allegedly works, but different from COVID. Basically, long story short, it basically causes all your organs to fail. Okay, you start to bleed. It's almost like Ebola, or kind of like Ebola.
God, no.
It's way worse than COVID. Now here's the kicker. The thing that made COVID so terrible is usually when viruses are extremely deadly, it's hard for them to become worldwide pandemics. And the reason for that is that the viruses usually burn themselves out, meaning that they end up killing the victim before they can spread it. This is why diseases like Ebola and things like that have a hard time becoming worldwide pandemics, because the people that they get sick, because I think to pass Ebola, it's bodily fluids. So by the time you're excreting bodily fluids in a way, you look fucked up, you look terrible. Okay, so usually what happens happening is the virus ends up burning itself out because the host ends up dying before it can spread. Okay, so that's why you got things like flu and colds, how they continue to kind of go around globally, because again, they don't kill the host and they're able to transfer for the most part. With that being said, I hope this doesn't turn into something that's outright outrageous, and it turns into another situation where people are basically lysoling their mail and things like that, and wearing masks, to bed. We don't want to go back to the days of that. Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with, I would say, Lysol your mouth, because the world is just nasty. Just like, it took being the first virus to hit for us to think about maybe I should be hand sanitizing after I touch a gas pump, because how many people might be sneezing in their hand and touching that pump? It took us to all get sick.
They be scratching their ass crack.
But but you get what I'm saying. It made us a little bit more conscious of being more clean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not so bad.
It's not so bad to do, but nobody wants what we happen where we all are fighting for toilet paper. We're fighting for essentials.
Crazy. Yeah.
That's where I just don't want things to be.
Well,
and just make sure we're all safe.
Does Lindy's Chicken still exist in T-Town?
Yes.
So before I moved up here, I used to love me some Lindy's, guys. Lindy's was incredible. Lindy's had damn the Popeyes, damn the KFC chicken sandwiches. It was Lindy's all day. All right. Lindy's had the nicest chicken sandwich, right? One day I went there to order my chicken sandwich, and one of the cooks, I've seen him a couple times in there. I'm waiting for my order, and I saw him go in there. And he came out of the bathroom. When he came out of the bathroom, the woman that was walking past, I saw her eyes roll up, and her knees got weak, and she almost lost her balance. He said, I don't remember the guy's name. We're gonna call him Jerome. Jerome, close the door. He said, "Oh, my bad." She said, "Did you wash your hands?" And he said, "Oh, we didn't have any soap." I said, "What?" What? Oh, hell no! Let's cancel my order. Give me my money back. And someone told me I left, and the guy said, "Dude, I've seen this guy put his whole hand in his asshole."
Oh,
I said, "This
stop.
type of stuff, the unsanitary nature." That's why when I said, they sneeze, they're damn to sneeze. Okay, these people are nasty. Some of these people are outright disgustingly diabolical to the point to where there needs to be some people need to be beat with a chain in broad daylight. This is crazy.
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
Well, that's my case in point, that though the viruses suck, it gets you more thinking about how nasty some people are. So is it really that bad to go back to Lysol in your mail because you don't know what the mailman might be doing? And this is not a knock to the mail people or anybody delivering, because not everybody's nasty, but people don't think, oh, I sneezed in my hand, and they just continue what they're doing. They forget, oh, maybe I should hand sanitize. I'm sure we're all guilty of that, especially in our own home.
Well, some of these dudes are freaks. They probably like that. But with that being
said, let's go ahead and move on.
You guys are so crazy. I was coming after the people.
That's him. Move on. Go ahead. We shut Levi down right now.
This is your show, Rube. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And I'm over here like, let me keep this chill because
it's Levi. You can't keep things chill.
Right.
Love, life, and perspective, baby. Let's do it. It's the romance episode. Get at it. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's get to it.
Let's see. Okay, so what I wanted us to do today was kind of dive into a little bit about ourselves so that our fans kind of know who we are and like how we think, you know. And I think to just make things a little bit more interesting for them, I was gonna hope to see if we can just dive into some like crazy what if scenarios. So
let's favorite thing. So let's go.
I know he kind of got me into it because that's just how we like.
Lord,
you know, how we met with me with what ifs.
Yep, I love what ifs, and especially when it came to like romance. Like anyone who like watches this, better know by now that I love romance or anything about love. So I think those what ifs really. Well, the one thing that I love about what ifs is they really give, I think, character, you know. I don't know, Levi, in your perspective, when you ask me questions and stuff like that, or when we're in a group in a hangout, right? Do you think you get a sort of vibe or read off of someone when you do those things?
That's exactly why I ask the questions, because I want to see how you would react to certain scenarios, and I process that information and see if it adds up to the characteristics that you are showing at any given moment. So yes, absolutely.
Yes, so that's why I love these, and I think we should kind of do this episode to kind of give the fans, let's see how they read us or if they like what we present, right? So I guess for the first question, I kind of wanted to start off strong, see how this goes. I was going to ask both you, Levi, and Isha, have you guys ever been in love in a relationship?
Whoa, back up. Hold on. Slow down. You want to introduce ourselves first?
Well, like to read off of like, well, I want them to see how they can read us through our romance responses.
You see my answer to it?
You've never been in love, Isha?
Ain't nobody to be in love with.
Oh, whoa. Now that I didn't know, because
goodness.
you used to tell me about the little boy that worked at Popeyes.
What boy at Popeyes? I don't even go to Popeyes like that.
Oh, was it KFC? It was one of them.
No.
Wingstop, it was one of them.
None of them.
You said you like the uniform. So
stop. Oh my God. Don't let him do you like that, Isha.
I'm about to exit out of this.
Oh my God.
Take me a nap and go to bed.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's back up here. Okay, let me get out the way, Rube. So
yeah, you answer this question, huh?
So you've never had a crush on anybody in grade school?
She said be in love. I never.
Well, okay, yeah,
Her
okay,
specific answer was
love.
True. That's
true.
That's true.
So I was gonna say, because love is a strong word, I like if you wouldn't consider it love, right? What is it that is missing for it to be love for you, if that makes sense? So if you're crushing on someone, what is it that you would need for it to really become that, I guess, true love, right? Because everyone's crushed on someone, and you get to know the person I'm eventually, right? Or over time. Is there anything that you are missing that you would be considered true love?
That's a hard question. That's a hard one. Could be probably consistency and non-judging.
Have you ever liked someone where you said, I'll drink that nigga's bathwater? You ever like somebody that much? That was unhinged.
That was.
Yo,
Absolutely
what is
not.
going
There is
on?
nobody in this world that I would ever say that to. That's
Not to say they lie.
disgusting.
Not to say, listen, if you were married, he said, listen, the only way
Absolutely not. He
to
he will
save
get
him.
cursed out. He will be
That's
cursed out in a
crazy.
heartbeat. That is disgusting. I don't care. I don't like you that much.
Wait. What if you had to save them? Like they were on their deathbed and you were with this person for like say
32
30
years.
yeah, 32 years, Aisha. And they're on their deathbed and the only way to save them, you got to drink their spit. Would you do that?
Oh, chill out, bro. See now. Oh, God.
I hope they will be happy in heaven and or hell.
Really?
I'm not doing it.
Praise word. She said, get him up out of here.
Wait.
Get him up out of here, huh?
When you put it like that, though, like you're kissing this person, So
That's a difference. I'm not sitting there and doing that because what first of all, one, what are if you're on your deathbed, what are you sick with? I'm not getting it.
Oh God.
Two,
damn.
God understands.
Spoken
God
like a
knows
true woman
somebody
that's
has
never
I
been in
know.
love.
God knows. I heard him. I ignore him. God knows somebody has to tell his story, and I'm pretty sure his family will be all right because I'm not doing that.
Mm.
Goodness
I'm
gracious.
not. I don't even think you deep down would do it, Ruby. So let's just calm down. I don't know nobody.
No. Well, I
that's
mean,
gonna do it.
I would hesitate.
I'm not
And like,
hesitating. No would have been out my thing. You want a liver? I can give you a liver. You need a kidney? I give you a kidney.
But you ain't drinking no spit, huh?
No. Not drinking
What?
bath water either. No. I
Yo.
give you a vital organ. We can go out there and have to we could go out there and take a criminal's heart or something like that, or somebody, and it will get you a new heart. But I'm not doing the foolishness.
Okay.
I'm not. I refuse. Y'all scenarios are just out of pocket today. I see
Wait,
why y'all two
so
are just meant for each other.
What?
Like that, huh?
Wait, Aisha, have you
Mhm.
have you ever crushed hard, like super intensely?
Look, I need this nigga.
Yes.
Well, never to
You were
the
crazy for
IV,
Cocoa Puffs.
but yeah, of course,
What?
everybody old school commercial.
Yeah, I know, right?
But now not for a knee, but of course I've crushed on people. That's any normal person.
I mean,
High school, college.
Have you crushed enough to like go crazy though? Like, would you like stalk the person?
Absolutely
Like,
not. Absolutely not. It ain't never that serious. It is never. I'm like I told y'all before. I'm too precious for jail. It ain't that serious. It is never that serious.
Oh my God.
my
Wait,
goodness.
Levi.
Yeah.
Have you ever done something?
You know the answer to this already.
Yeah, but these fans need to know, right? Give them a little bit of insight of the old days.
A word.
Yeah, go ahead and let them all know.
Yeah.
The old days. Okay. What's your question?
Have you ever done something? I guess you would consider it embarrassing, right? Like you've crushed.
Of course.
You've
1,000%.
crushed on someone so hard.
Yeah.
That you did something out of the norm. What is like, I guess, an experience that you might have had?
There was a situation where things were going right with a young lady that I liked, and everything, it was like a magical day. Everything was going right. Like we were vibing heavy, right? And then there was another girl that the girl that I liked didn't like. She showed up, and I decided to move to another corridor to avoid the entire situation altogether.
I'm gonna die.
So I tried to avoid the situation altogether because this thing, guys, listen, I wasn't scared. I just didn't want to deal.
He was scared. You could hear it in his voice from just saying, "Yep."
I just didn't want to deal with like the drama, bro. Everything was going wrong. I'm like, listen, the universe had to throw a curveball, bro. It was a magical effing day. I'm trying to tell you. And for some reason, that situation had to take place. I'm like, come on. And I looked up, like when it happened, I just looked up into the sky and I said, really? This is how you gonna treat your son? Like this? Really? This is how you feel about your boy? Okay, all right. This is Anyways, but yeah, that's I've had multiple situations, and I think most people do, like especially guys that
You know, what I want, like if you're willing to share or whatever, I think
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
fans would love to hear is the situation where you told me about, I can't remember exactly what age, but you crashing out over what was it? A painting or something?
A
Is
painting.
that or like you destroyed something. What was it?
Oh yeah. So you talking about in high school? Yeah. So there was this girl, right? How much time y'all got, man? So there was this girl, right? And it was art class. And listen, chat, I think we've all been here. Okay. It was early morning. The teacher wasn't even in the class yet. So we were just vibing, right? Just, vibing with your buddies at the table with you and your buddies sit at. I'm over there with my buddy Ruben and Keith, and we're just like having a good time, right? And all of a sudden, this is the first day. I think it's like it's the first day of school of the second year. And I'm like, chilling. And then out of nowhere, like we're just talking all the time. I'm talking to Ruben or Keith about something. And all of a sudden, like the whole class went silent. It was as quiet as a rat pissing on cotton. It was deep silence. And then like everything kind of slowed down. Remember that scene in Spider-Man 1 where Spider-Man first got his powers and someone shot a spitball and it was a fly flying around, like that whole little scene there? That's how it felt because everything kind of slowed down. And I'm looking around like, yo, what's going on here? I'm thinking that I'm having a stroke. Okay. Cause I'm like, oh my, is my time? Am I out of here? Am I going? And I look over to the front door because I'm like, okay, maybe if I run, I might be able to make it to the nurse's office before it's too late. And when I look at the door, this girl walks in. She called me a woman, but yeah, it was a girl. She walked in. And when she walked in, her hair was flowing like there was a big ass fan behind. It was incredible. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. And I looked at her and she just had this look I couldn't describe. It looked like she was carved like in heaven, okay? And just in like the angel will try to carry her somewhere else and they dropped her on by accident. It's she had to come to earth. I said, oh my God, somebody listen. I looked up again. I said, listen, whoever's up there looking down on me, I appreciate this. And then she gets to the table, everything speeds back up, right? And when everything speeds back up, she comes up to our table, she sits down, and then all of us just get quiet. We just don't sit where she says, hey, my name is, I want to dox her. Hey, let's say, hey, my name is Lisa. And I was like, Lisa, it's a gorgeous name. I've never heard that before. And she says, what are your guys' name? I said, my name is, and I want to say something epic. And then I paused and said, damn, my name is not that epic. Levi is not an epic name. I said, Levi. My name is Levi. And she said, oh, that's a very nice name. I said, oh, really? Hell, I said, Keith, did you hear what she said? She said, Levi is a nice name. Bro, she loves me. So yeah, absolutely. That was the situation. So anyways, long story short, that whole relationship turned into a disaster because my best friend at the time his name was Keith. All right. And Keith told me one day, and it was my fault, guys. Let me be very clear. And this is one thing I'm going to say to the chat, guys. If you ever like somebody, I don't care how out of your league you feel like she is, shoot your shot, bro. Because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You miss 100% of them, bro. And I was too afraid and cowardice to tell her how she felt. And it made me mad because as dudes, we can't help but be obvious if we like somebody. That's why it aggravates me when girls say, I didn't know. Yes, you did. Absolutely. When I bought you that cake, you knew. I like, what are these niggas buying you cakes from? What are that? Okay? Dudes just ain't buying you random cakes, bro. Like, obviously that meant something there, okay? Like, get out of here, bro. Let me relax.
Relax. Calm down.
Woosah. Anyways, yeah. So long story short, I'm over here, guys, just like, I mean, I was literally Peter Parker. I shit you not. There is a vivid memory because I was in the photography class at my high school. Okay, I was a nerd, and I respect. I had a camera, okay, that I was borrowing from my class, and I saw her walking. I don't know where to the class. I don't know where she was going. And I basically,
what did you do?
I approached her. I said, "Hey, can I get a picture of you, for, like yearbook or whatever it was I was doing?" It was a lie. I didn't want to take a picture of her, but I was like, "Can I get a picture, for the school yearbook and things like that?" She said, "Oh, sure."
That sounds horrible already.
And I'm taking pictures. "Oh, yeah, you're gorgeous." He says, "Don't make me look ugly." I said, "Impossible. That's impossible." Okay. So yeah, I'm taking pictures and stuff like that. And then I run back to the film class to see how can I process this and take it back to my house, put it on my wall. I'm just playing. Maybe not. Whatever. Anyways, I ended up, long story short, we got very close. Me and this girl, Lisa, got very close. And we were like best friends. And I never made a move. And she knew Keith was my best friend. Long story short, Keith came to me and he said, "Hey, bro, got something I tell you." He was out of breath and everything. I said, like, he ran all the way to tell me this. I said, "Bro, it must be important, bro. What's going on? Somebody trying to get at you? What's up?" And he basically says that Lisa asked him out on the bus. And I looked at him dead in his eyes, like any real nigga would do. And I said, "You said no, didn't you?" That's what I said. He said, "No, didn't you?" I read his eyes. And he looked at me and I saw him swallow. Pause.
That's crazy.
I saw it, okay? And he said, "Nah, bro, I would never. I know how you feel about Lisa." I said, "My nigga."
He like straight to your face.
Straight to my face, Aisha. Straight to my face. It was the biggest betrayal I have ever it's the biggest betrayal I have ever felt in my entire existence, okay? Betrayal. Because the next day, I see both of these individuals walking down the hallway holding hands.
Bro, they did you dirty.
Bro. I wanted to smash his head into a locker, bro. I wanted it to be over, bro. I just visual, like what do you call this? Visual, like imization or whatever the hell it is. But I want to hurt him. And so we got the art class, and this goofy dude looking crazy like this. Hey, what's up, Levi? You mean what's up? What do you? Yeah, what's up, bro? You know what? I put up to my backpack. They said, "No, what's up, bro? What's up? What kind of time you on, bro? What type of time we on, bro? You supposed to be my boy, bro." I ain't going out like Spider-Man where he let his best friend take his girl. Oh, hell nah, bro. She was like, "He chose me. She chose me, bro." You're right. She did. You know what? Damn, her birthday coming up. Damn, the birthday. Valentine's Day coming up because the birthday's around now. They're both dead, bro. Damn, it's over. And I dedicated the hour that I had in art class, okay, to like destroying their love, bro. So anyways, again, so we had to make these little clay. We had to work with clay, guys, and we would like make these clay little figurines and things like that. Now I was over here I'm over here working hard. I'm trying to build Optimus Prime. Okay, my stuff looked decent. I ain't gonna hold you. It looked nice. I'm not trying to brag. Mine looked nice. And then Lisa's over here. She's making a heart out of clay. It's so sweet. So loving. So making heart out of clay. I'm saying it's so nice. And you know what happened? You know what Keith does? You know what she does?
What?
He decides that he's going to get the clay, break it into 3 pieces and roll 3 balls and make a clay man. Not a snowman, a clay man. And I'm over here smiling. Yeah, mine's nice. You know what she did? She said, "Oh my God, Keith, that's so cute." What? He literally took 3 balls, rolled them together, and then used his pencil to make a smiley face. Are you serious? This is what you like? So then we had to make, we had to get a box and create like a scene of something, right?
Oh, diorama.
Thank you, diorama. I'm over here trying to make Dragon Ball Z, like fight between Goku and Frieza, battling it out. You know what he does? He literally gets dirt. I'm not making this up. Dirt grass and mulch. He was never good at this class. He sucked. He was just in there for the easy credit. Okay. I took it seriously. Okay. But he basically threw a bunch of dirt. He basically like he robbed a bird's nest and jammed it into a box. Okay. And she was just fell in love with it. I said, you know what? This love is too powerful. I'm gonna let him have it. You know what? He's the better man. He's the better man. He got it. I'm just gonna let him have it. Okay. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna be the bigger man, right? Wrong. Hell no. I can't go out like that. Are you crazy? Look, listen, we had a kiln room, right? And where they would like basically barbecue like the clay to make them turn orange, and then you kind of paint them with a special paint or whatever. So our art teacher was out this day. And we had this teacher named Miss Baldwin. She might be dead right now. She was like 80 at the time. God rest her soul, R.I.P. But Miss Baldwin was already hard of hearing. She was just there for the chat. Listen, we was out here. There was girls twerking on handstands. Every time we had her, we just knew it was party time. Anyways, while everybody else was acting crazy and out in the front, me and my buddy Davey, we went back to the kiln room in the back. And I'm like, yo, Davey, you know those little machines that you kind of, you see people like molding clay on. They got their foot on the pedal and it's like molding that clay.
Yeah.
So I jump on it. I sit on that bad boy. I said, Davey, no, turn it on.
So you're getting your ghost on. That's what I'm about to hear.
So he turns it on. That thing goes super fast. I fly off immediately, and a sheet of what I thought was a part of it shoots against the wall like a missile and explodes. It was loud as hell. Everybody stopped what they're doing, looked at us. The only person that didn't hear it was Miss Baldwin. She was reading the paper. I said, what the fuck? So anyways, I said, wait a minute. Isn't this Steve's snowman? Isn't this the snowman? The one that Lisa loves? David said, yeah, that's it. It's like, give me this shit. I threw it against the wall and it exploded. I looked at her. I said, look at this. I looked at her heart thing. I took her heart, threw that shit against the wall, and shattered. I said,
you broke her heart too? No.
Yeah, I shattered it, bro, on my petty shit. I shattered it, bro. And I started destroying everybody's stuff. And it's like, so there's no evidence. Long story short, I said this like 1,000 times, long story short. But anyways, the next day, they blamed the seniors. So my teacher came and she's like, those damn seniors. Come here. I'm so sorry, class. They destroyed your stuff. And when I looked at KK's face, now Keith, he was sad too, but fuck him. I looked at KK's face. I'm sorry, KK, Lisa. I'm sorry. I looked at Lisa's face, right? And I saw that look. She was genuinely sad. She was holding the broken pieces of her heart.
Oh my God.
And I felt terrible, chat. I felt horrible, right? So what I did, I've been saving up my lunch money so I can buy pizza because we were broke. So I would save up my lunch money all week so I can kind of ball out, right? So I took that lunch money I was saving for cookies and pizza. I said, you know what? I got a off-campus pass. I'm going to run over here to Winn-Dixie. Some of y'all don't know what that is. But I'm going to run over here to Winn-Dixie. And I'm going to grab her a cake for her birthday. And I ran over to Winn-Dixie and I used the little bit of money that I got from my parents. And I bought her a cookie cake. All right. And I had it engraved. It was some bullshit, but I had it engraved with her name. And I brought it to her and I said, here, happy birthday. She said, I thought you hated me. I said, what? Me hate you? Never. Are you crazy?
Oh my God.
It's your boy. I could never hate you. Go back. So
wait, do you think she ever found out that you were the one that broke the whole thing?
Hell no, I never told her. I'm taking that to the grave. Hell no. Never taking that to the grave. It's over with. All right?
That's crazy. So you presented yourself even afterwards, after a crash out?
Yeah. And we actually, we didn't stay close, but we were no longer like acting weird with each other. And Keith eventually broke up with her and she was devastated, and I was like, and at this point we were in college, I think. Yeah, we were in college and I had my leather jacket and I had my white tee.
Leather jacket.
You remember it with the white tee, okay? The V-neck, all right, with the blue jeans. Yeah. And I remember strolling to the house because we used to live close to each other. I used to ride my bike to her house. That's why I thought she was the girl next door. That's why I thought she was perfect. But not for me, not perfect for me. I was wrong. But yeah, long story short, they broke up and they were miserably ever after. So the end.
That's crazy. Oh my god. The fact that you even crashed out over someone.
It'd be like that sometimes,
to
man.
be to like set the record straight, you wouldn't crash out today, right?
No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because you're gonna make these people think like
You're too old for that.
Yeah, man. I got listen. I'm trying to tell you, just too much time has passed, man. I realized that you can't allow yourself to get so emotionally invested to the point to where you would do some things that would end up putting you in a worse situation.
oh goodness, Aisha, you gotta ask him about some stuff afterwards.
I know where you're going. You need to chill out.
It's just I can't have you lying to me
What?
like this. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
not
kidding.
lying. See, okay, you know what? You know what? The hell with it. So, there was a situation. I was dealing with this young lady. She's great. Had no issues with her. But so I can't remember what happened. And she pissed me off. I don't know what it was. Was I pissed off at her? I don't remember. I think I told you about it, Rube. But it pissed me off.
I
But
think well, because with your character, and Aisha knows, right? Like you're used to getting phone calls back, text message back, right?
Yeah.
So Aisha, this person would not really reach out like that to him, from what he's told me.
Yeah. So this person refused. She left me on red. How dare she? Ain't listen to that chat. How dare she? Anyways, the long story short, I don't tell a lot about people this, but she wants to bring it up so she don't think I'm not being dishonest. So, anyways, I was already kind of bothered by that situation. And I went to a place that I like to do karaoke at. And when I went to go to this place to do karaoke, somebody gets out their car and hits my car. And this person, I'm like, gets out, and when his response is what like basically threw me off. Because he's like, bro, I don't care. It's not that bad. Like it's something along those lines. Because at that point, it went to a blur. So I went up to him and I pushed him. And he's way smaller than me, team. So I pushed him and he fell back over his car. And the look of terror in his eyes made me look at, and I just kind of paused. I'm like, okay, you know what? This is getting ridiculous. So I did allow myself momentarily to step out of my frame. Okay? But it won't happen again. I assure you. But this person that we're talking
about not a text. That's crazy. You guys hear this?
It wasn't not a text, bro. Like it was like they ignored me, I think, for the whole day. It was crazy.
A day. A day.
That's wild. Like, y'all, listen, guys. Y'all know how it be. If a girl doesn't text you back like that, you think that they're not interested, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you immediately be like, okay, you take it to the chest, take it to the chin, and keep it pushing. That's not what the hell this was. Okay, this was pettiness from that other person's part because they wanted to make a point. Okay, so that's why I crashed out. That's why.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Oh my.
Anyways, enough about me. Can I ask a question now? Yeah, Rube.
Oh
So,
God. I know, right?
Could you please explain to the audience your first love and the person that you truly first loved, right?
And first loved?
Yes, and wait a minute. And I want you to explain to the audience why you love them so much. What was it about them?
Ooh, okay. Well, first things first, right? When I get in a relationship, I always think I'm in love. When I think back on it, I'm all like, maybe.
You didn't like that nigga.
Yeah, or as much as I thought, you know. But when I get in a relationship, I think I'm in love with this person because I have obsessed with this person. I obsess and like everything's about them. And honestly, I was like, it is very hard for me to just really have eyes for anyone else at that point. Like, never would I consider it. And I like to think my persona is I'm a ride or die girlfriend, like that type, you know?
She has a vivid
Clearly,
imagination.
clearly I was not in love because that was my past relationship. That's how I'm viewing it. That's why. But for the most part, yeah, I'm like in a relationship, I will be very, very hardcore ride or die. I will stalk you till the end. You know, I will know everything about you, your social security or anything like that, man. Because
That's
we gotta
wild, ain't
make
it?
I know, right? Because we gotta make it in this world together. That's what I was considering true
Chat, be
love.
scared. Be
Chat,
scared.
chat.
Be scared.
Let's
You know,
spice it.
I will, okay. The craziest thing, well, actually, the craziest thing that baby me ever did, right? Because I don't know if I've ever been truly crazy, you know?
Baby you?
I know, baby her.
Baby.
Like she's
Yeah,
still not a baby.
baby me. Well, this was baby me as in like me when I first started crushing. Like I didn't know how to handle it, sort of,
Mhm.
yeah. Um, the craziest thing I've ever done was I stalked my crush, and I had to figure out because you know how when you're this is in middle school, and you have multiple classes,
Mhm.
and I had to figure out who this person, like who this teacher was at a certain type of hour, what period or whatever, right? So I stalked this person's whole schedule. I don't know how I did that when I think back on it, just so that I could send them a little Valentine's little card or whatever that they were doing at school anonymously. And I was so crazy. I was so paranoid. I didn't want him to know who it was that I made sure I did 3 different types of handwriting. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's nuts. Let me ask you a question. So here's I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. And chat, wink, wink. Um, do you think that you're attracted to toxic individuals? And if so, do you think it's because there's a little bit of toxicity in you?
What? Are you asking me or Aisha?
You? What do you mean?
You, this you. Trying to pass the
uh,
buck on me.
I know, right? I think I used to, not anymore. I'm not into the whole toxic stuff. I think ever since I've grown, I don't have the time to really stress over anything like that. Before I liked it, the drama, the being able to like know where your partner was or have them know where you are, you know, a little bit of jealousy here and there. Um, but now I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't want to put my energy in that because I feel like it makes me get old faster.
Well,
But yeah.
look, ladies, gentlemen, chatties. Let me call you. We got to come up with a name for the chat. I'm gonna call them the grits. Yo, grits. Listen,
No, absolutely not.
let me say this.
I should save them. Save
Listen,
them.
when
No.
it comes to this
Come up
type of
with a better name
behavior and
later.
this type of like ideology, what she's saying is not new. There's a lot of men and women that like it. They enjoy it. They think it's fun. You know, they think this
Being
is a
nosy.
yeah.
Nosy is
They
nice until it
enjoy.
gets you into trouble.
They believe the relationship is not real, or that you don't love or like that person if there is no drama. There's a lot of very ignorant and
Whoa, that's a
in the
little
words of
harsh there.
Aisha,
That's
in the words of Aisha, remedial, especially guys out there, that thinks if she's loud, obnoxious, and angry at you all the time, hollering, screaming, it means that she really likes you, and that type of behavior is cute. I'm here to tell you, as a brother that's seen a couple of sunsets, okay, with a let's just say nice amount of beautiful flowers. Okay. That is not cute. That is annoying as F. I can go on a whole diatribe. And no, it's not because I don't know how to handle. I ain't trying to handle the girl that I'm with. Okay, y'all listen. I handle animals. I don't handle people. Okay,
That's
I don't have time
crazy.
for that. All right, y'all want to deal with that? That's on you. Okay. With that being said, let me go to Aish. Now, Aish. Now, this is the thing about Aish. So Aish is very particular. Now, here's the thing about Aish, and I don't want y'all to get it twisted. Aisha, let me tell y'all something, chat. Let me tell you something, grits. There is.
We are not
Aisha,
calling them
there is a that hard exterior, that ice queen exterior that you guys see a lot. She has a heart in there, okay? It's a loving heart, okay? That she is a very sweet person at heart, but only for the right person. Now, there's been suitors. Listen, there have been guys that wanted to give Aisha the world, okay? But it didn't work out. Right now, one of the things about Aisha is a very attractive young lady, and she has been blessed in certain assets about herself. Let's just say that. So a lot of these dudes, that's some of the things that they're focusing on. And I think, in my opinion, the reason why a lot of these individuals end up, taking L's is because they lead with that. Which again is hilarious because I'm like, come on, bro. Like, this isn't the movies. Like, let's relax. But that people still do move in that way. So I think, and I kind of want to pose this question to Aisha. Aisha, if a man approached you, right, and he just stopped and says, I'm sorry, listen, I just want to tell you that I just thought you were very attractive. You look wonderful today, okay? To describe your beauty be like describing rain. It's impossible. Okay. The smell of rain, excuse me. It's impossible. Do you mind if I get you a cup of coffee? You want to grab a cup of coffee with me sometime so I can get to know you a little bit better? If a guy approached you on something on that type of time,
Ooh.
would you be willing? And let's just say, here's the kicker. He doesn't look like Chris Hemsworth. He's an average dude. Okay. He has a fade, He's got a beard. He's not balding yet. He wears but he's at least not wearing a cap. He's showing his hair, right? So, but he's interesting. Would that be enough to kind of get you to go on a date with him?
I mean, why not? If their approach is sweet and kind and not cocky a jerk, okay. I don't see what the problem is.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's not about necessarily looks, because we've had that conversation before. You have the guys that look like Chris Hemsworth, and they are abusive, disrespectful. And then you have the average Joe that's going to treat you like the queen, they're listening to you. So it's all to me about personality. Yes, do looks matter? Of course. But personality to me, is way more. Ain't nobody got time to be in any kind of toxic or abusive relationship. That ain't about me.
Okay.
I don't got time.
Let's take this up a notch. So
here we go.
Say, you guys, come on. I heard that tone.
I know, right? I like it.
So let's say, your guys, he shows up to the date. He shows up with some like shorts that are like above the knee, like really above the knee, but they're tan, right? And his shirt's tucked in, right? And he's got a salmon colored shirt. Now his pants are like a light tan color, and they're short shorts. And he has a salmon colored polo tucked in, and he's rocking some Jesus sandals. But he's all right, he's okay. And he walks up, you dressed up, and he pulls a chair out for you. I let you sit down, pushes you back in there. And he sits down, and he ordered for you. He said, I didn't know if you like mochas or lattes or whatever, so he brought two of them. And he said, you choose, right? So you guys get the talking, get the rapping, and he seems all right. No wild red flags unless you don't like his outfit, no wild red flags. And he's just kind of talking to you, and he's like, you're talking to him, and he's laughing out the way you kind of speak about certain things. He likes the cadence and things like that. He's vibing with you. And he said, hey, listen, do you mind if I get your number? I would like to learn more about you. Would you be willing to do it? This is going somewhere, chat.
We know it's going somewhere. Somewhere where you're probably gonna piss me off.
No, come on, this is your boy. Come on, I would never.
As for your question in regards to the outfits can always be changed. You can always get a guy to dress better. Okay. I know you done seen them YouTube glow ups of men getting with certain women and they were dressed a certain way.
Black women, yeah.
Or black men get away with that, and then they glow up and get you in the right outfit, got the fade. We can work that out. Okay, we can get you to dress. Dressing is not that big of a deal. But I mean, so far, why not? I don't see why not to change the number. I mean, like I said, outfits are outfits. Can't really get mad at how somebody likes to dress, even if it's not per se my style. My outfit may not be their style.
So now let's just say this. Let's say you feeling him right now. Let's say you feeling him. Like you feeling, this is not, I like this. You know, something like he's not necessarily getting the juices flowing yet, but you're getting those tingling feelings on your arms and things like that. So you're feeling him, right? So you're excited. So you now at this point you're like, what should I wear? Usually, actually, you don't. I know you don't give a damn about this kind of stuff, but you like this guy. So you're like, okay, you know what should let me choose something, right? And you choose something, and he comes pick you up. You know, he picks you up in his car. He's driving, you know, an Altima, brand new, 2022 Altima, not brand new, but relatively new, right? And he opened the door for you, ice and everything. His car's clean, right? Smelling good. And the cologne he's got, you're like, yo, yeah, he's hitting on all cylinders right now. And he's just talking to you and things like that. And in the midst of that conversation, he says, hold up. Chill out. Dang. Rude. And you're feeling, you're laughing, having a good time, Aisha. In the midst of that conversation, he says, hold up. He rolls down the window and he releases flatulence.
Why did I know he was going right there?
So powerful that the seat started to vibrate. And he rolls up the window and he continues the conversation like like nothing happened. Like, do you ignore it and just continue the conversation, or do you address it?
Of course I would address it. You're not family. We're not related. So absolutely not. You're going to roll that damn window down too. Because it's not, and I'm probably already texting my best friend and my parents are saying, okay, this probably ain't going to work right there. Absolutely.
What?
Would you cancel the dinner?
No, I wouldn't cancel it, but okay. It's gonna be in the side of my head that absolutely not. This man, we don't know each other like that. You do all that when you're already in a strong relationship with people, and you do that. You don't do that on no first, second date. I don't know you like that.
So you said you would address it.
I would address it. I would be like, you could have told somebody, okay? You could have warned somebody. We could have had these windows down, because I don't know you like that to be able to smell your stuff.
He said,
yeah, we're not on that level yet.
He said, oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. It came out of nowhere. It surprised me.
It surprised him because everybody feels it up in their guts, okay?
Oh my God.
Everybody feels the rumble.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious, but I'm not going to say it right now. I don't want to embarrass her.
What?
But the thing about it is, though, because when you always get mad, you always like freak out when I hear your stomach rumble, and you'll really freak out.
Oh yeah, I mean, people might as well know, right? I don't know why, or maybe I do know why. If my stomach rumbles, I freak out so bad because I think people are judging me and think that I have to go use the restroom or anything like that.
Most people are going to think your stomach, you hungry. My stomach rumbles all the time.
Exactly.
And you just put your hand over your stomach and you just say,
but my stomach sometimes over exaggerates. Like at first they might think it or whatever. You haven't heard it yet. I have I've had to squish my stomach for it to calm down.
My stomach does the same thing.
Her stomach be loud
too.
But she be acting, she be taking it to the extreme. Like I'll be like, it's not that deep. Because the first thing I ask her, I say, you hungry? I don't even associate it the way that she associates it.
Exactly. And most people are going to associate it. My stomach rumbles very loud, and most people will say, "Oh, you hungry?" I'm like, I'm starving. Even if I know it's not a hungry stomach growl, and I know it's, oh, I got to go to, I have to
the
handle my
BGs.
business.
Yeah. So listen.
Yeah.
Well,
you play it off.
No, the thing that it's because I'm not, how'd you say it? I'm not smooth with it. That's what freaks me out. Because, for example, if someone says, "Are you hungry?" I will always say no, because that's just my response.
We gotta have to work on that.
And then I freak out because I'm like, oh no, now they think that it's something else, when in reality it's just my stomach growling because it's hungry, but I don't feel like I'm hungry, but I messed it up already.
So listen, with the telltale giveaway, you can tell the difference. I'm gonna tell you how to tell the difference. So you can tell when it's BGs or when it's hunger based off the look that they give. If they start biting their lip and their eye starts rolling up a little bit and their face kind of starts like tearing to the side, that's the BGs. Because that's a painful cramp. That's your intestines twisting. That's that painful cramp. Okay. So you know it's about to be something fierce then. But if it's like a regular stomach rumbling, she's not really changing her face or anything like that. She's probably hungry. Stomach is screaming for help. But anyways. So to continue the situation, she said she wouldn't cancel the date. She said she would go continue on with it. You get to the restaurant, right? And you do the dinner. Let's just say, because you already said you went off on it. You said the dinner goes well. He pays for it. Everything's right. He says, this was incredible. He's going to drop you off. And he moves in to kiss you, Aisha. At the end of the night, he walks you to your door and he moves in to kiss you. And he gently places his lips on your cheek. And you feel the suction. Because he has nice sized lips. So he pulls at your cheek a little bit, right? And then he looks at you and walks back to the car and said, I'm glad you had a great night. I had a great night. I hope to see you again. And he gets in his car. He waits for you to go inside, gets in his car, and he drives off. Do you call him back? He checks all the other boxes.
That's a call all your girls kind of conversation and get it done. Gotta call every female I know. Telling my sister, I'm telling my mama, I'm telling my best friend, I'm calling my boss, I'm letting everybody know what happened and what they think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I gotta call everybody.
That's crazy.
Got to.
Go put him out the dry lake. Hang him out the dry lake. Wow.
I call you on all the foolishness every time I go on a date or something. I call you in a heartbeat. I call you in every male encounter, crazy encounter, weird encounter. Yeah. I'm like, Levi, I need your opinion. I need, even with Hamster, when we was just us three, and get Hamster's opinion. So I be calling.
Did you guys know? I found this out, I think it was like a year ago or something. I don't know if Aisha knows. There's supposedly an app where girls now spill the tea for like guys that they go on a date.
Yeah, it got hacked.
It did?
It got hacked, and then dudes did. Yeah, it got hacked and it exposed all the way. Yeah, it was called the Tea app. So basically girls would go on there and see if you're dating the same person. And they were basically shit talking the guys that they were dating and stuff like that they didn't like, whatever. It ends up getting hacked and all the information gets put on blast, who these people were, and then the guys turn around and make an app did the same thing. I think it's petty.
No, I never heard of that, but I think that's not just to go out there and talk randomly bad about somebody, especially if the date wasn't even that bad. But I mean, there's things that you talk with your close friends, but not some random people and being disrespectful. Sounds like they were just doing it to be disrespectful.
Well, yeah, it was more like they were saying, like they were trying to figure out if these people if they were dating the same people. And then it turned into
what does it matter? Because you're all exploring. How many people were you dating?
Yeah.
If you're literally on a dating app, you're supposed to go on multiple dates.
So let me ask you this then.
Lord.
Do you think a woman, let's say, because again, I know in today's day and age, like, that's like the going steady situation, like dating is like two different things. Like dating could be that I'm playing the field. I have multiple dates. I'm playing the field. I haven't settled down with anybody. Then dating can also mean I am exclusively with this person.
Mm-hmm.
So if you decide that you are exclusive, but you're not married, but you're exclusive, because exclusive means you decided to take it up a notch, and we're going to basically play house. We'll keep it a stack. Do you think that it is necessary for the people that are in this situation, whether it's girl or a guy, should these people be taking on the responsibilities of a person that's married? What I mean by that, should the girl be cooking and cleaning, and should the man be paying for everything? If you're not married, that goes to both of y'all, Ruby and Aish.
And you're talking about, and they decide to move in together?
They don't have to be moved in yet. They can just be like still living in each other's houses. They just started, like they literally say, you know what? I like you. I want to take this to the next level. Let's start going steady. Let's start actually dating with intention. And I guess if you want to.
But okay, if you're just going steady and you live in your own places, the man, the man doesn't have the responsibility to help pay for anything out of house-wise. If you're talking about going on dates, I see there's nothing wrong with it. Can, one day the guy takes him out and pays, and then next time the girl, because the guy can be treated too. I don't see anything wrong with that. As for playing house, if you decide to move in together, that needs to be a conversation talked to at that time. Is he going to handle the rent? And if he handles the rent, then yes, as the female, you should be doing something for the household, whether it's cooking, cleaning, or vice versa. If the girl's doing the rent and the guy, I think that just needs to be a mutual conversation. Doesn't necessarily have to fall on one person. I do know that's what a lot of us were raised on. Men are the providers, women, are the caretakers, but times have changed. Sometimes a woman makes more than the man.
So, just to expound a little bit more on that, do you think that is something that people should be practicing while they're still dating, or should they save that for marriage?
I think that still kind of ties to me about the conversation being had. You got to know who you're dating. If you're a guy and you end up dating a feminist, then you're not going to get, what you're thinking. Whereas if you're just a regular, person, yes, it could be the guy is taking care of everything and the female, but I would say it's kind of hard if you're not living together, because what is she cooking for you? She can't cook for you every day if you don't live together.
Sure. Like, for example, when she comes over, like she goes and she says, okay, I'm cooking. And he's like, okay, I'll pay your cell phone bill, or I'll pay, internet bill, whatever it is. Most guys are not in a position to take on a girl's rent immediately.
I would say, why does it have to be, if I do this, you do that?
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds transactional.
Yeah, I say it should be more so you don't live together. He takes care of his own bills. You take care of your own bills, unless there's a certain reason, something emergency came up and you were unable to pay your bills. And as a relationship, you ask your boyfriend, you ask your girlfriend, and they take over. But I don't think, if you're not living together, why does he need to pay your bill?
Okay.
That's just what I see. Is you're not together. You're not even married at that point.
Okay. Rue?
Well, I was going to kind of agree with that, because nowadays I feel like times have changed. If it was mostly back in the day, I would understand how they would have the guy maybe offer to pay some, like, the girl's rent or something like that. I think there was very few and rare that people would mention that, right? Back in the day, like, the guys would make just enough to be able to pay for her stuff and their stuff. But now, with the economy, like, they can't even do that themselves. So I feel like it's not even an option anymore. And also, just the dating world right now, there's no, like, trust really, or any loyalty when it comes to dating.
Yeah, niggas ain't loyal. When I say niggas, I'm talking about girls and guys.
Yeah, both of them. So it's like, why would you want someone, like, think of this as like your sibling, right? Like, would you want someone to take advantage of your brother or sister to be like, hey, do this in a relationship, because we're dating when you don't even know them completely. Like, I don't know. I think nowadays, like, times have changed. I don't
Mm.
think guys should be responsible for the most part, like making it transactional and vice versa as well.
Listen, if we had women in the chat, they'd be cooking y'all right now,
I
because
could care less.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, these ladies like, oh, what? Are you serious? He can't deal with me unless, like, listen, like, if he ain't doing, they gonna say, if he ain't doing those things, what do I need him for? What do I need him for?
Exactly. Case in point.
Oh.
Point. My case in point. Do it your dang on self. Because when you don't have a guy and you get divorced and you're broken up, you don't have nobody that's going to take care of it. So learn to pay your own bill. Earn to take care of yourself. Stop relying on a guy for everything. And then one day you do rely and you do divorce. Now you crying all over TikTok and social media. I don't know how to do this and blah, blah, blah. And I just look at those videos and I laugh. I was like, that's what
Oh my God.
depending on a man. Learn to depend on yourself. Stop depending on everybody. Get yourself a job. Have that money in the back in case you do break up. Now you have a nest egg to fall on. So that's all.
That is so true, but I also find it so sad how that's how it is nowadays. Like, because just me being a girl, right? And my mindset of being like a mom, like, I would love to be a stay-at-home mom. If possible, right? But like nowadays, that's not even an option. You get told like, oh, just in case something happens, you want to make sure you have a job and make sure you know what you're doing just in case. I feel like, in my opinion, me personally, I feel like it's so sad. It's a sad world to live in. Like, why can't we be stay-at-home moms peacefully without having to stress that we have to have a backup or anything like that?
Because unfortunately, that's just how it is, with the child support, and that guy's might not be willing to take care of you if you guys divorce. So you do need to have it. Sucks because yes, you should be able to be a stay-at-home mom without any kind of repercussions and everything. But for me, I'm like, I don't personally want to depend on a guy. So Levi and I have had conversation where he's like, if the guy says take care of all this and everything, and then I don't feel like I should be asking no man, can I have some money to go buy something? I just want my own money to buy things. But I understand 100% what you're saying, Ruby. I just personally don't want to have to ask. I want to get my money and go spend it on whatever I want to.
A wise man has always told me,
oh Lord,
her money is her money, your money is yours and her money. So at the end of the day, here's my thing. This is how I look at it. So for example, when I told you about how the girls were reacting in the cats, the guys would be like, yeah, I'm not, what, you crazy? I'm not doing anything for these hoes out here. Are you crazy? They ain't loyal. For what? For what? Why am I sitting here spending my hard-earned money on a girl that ain't loyal? She gonna do what she wants to do, and she's not gonna like listen to me. She's just gonna always yelling and screaming. Like, I mean, I've heard all the arguments before. So from my perspective, because we live in 2026 and the dating game is probably the worst it's ever been. It's definitely a different type of situation. And what I mean by that is, let me give you my personal opinion. It's a very interesting question because I heard it posed before. Because I'm hearing a lot of girls say that why are we playing house? Well, I am not going to do all the womanly things for a guy that's just my boyfriend. There was no ring on my finger. I am not going to play house. I've heard this coming from women, a lot of women, especially on social media. Okay. Chad, I am not saying this is something that is like critical throughout the diaspora of women in general. I'm just saying this is something that's been pretty popular online. Now, when it comes to the guys are hearing this. I'm like, cool. That means I don't have to be chivalrous. When they say, you heard the old adage that chivalry is dead and women killed it.
Oh yeah.
Because guys don't want to sit back because they feel like it's not necessary, it's not justified. So for example, I understand why Isha is guarded like that. And we've had conversations about that. And again, the reality is that most men are just not going to be in a position to do that anyways. Okay. It's the world is too tough out here. Okay. So most of the time the girl has to work to some degree. even if she has a part-time job where she's working 4 hours a day. Now, if you do have a guy, like I say, you do have a guy that's willing to take care, like for example, most, well, I can't say most. Let me relax, because again, like some of us are on different levels. I get excited. I don't want to be like judging and shit like that. But I will say this. One thing I noticed out here, there's grown men that have roommates. I'm not shitting on y'all. I mean, y'all do what I know it's expensive out here. So when I first moved out here and I would tell people that I had my own place, people would be like, really? I'm like, yeah. But my point is this. If you're a girl can move in with a guy if they just have an apartment, I feel like that would be easier. House is a little bit difficult because there's a lot more money got to put down and things like that and so forth. Even though sometimes mortgages can be cheaper, but nowadays the interest rates, that's another story. But my point is that, for example, if Ruby wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, she met the right person, she could definitely be a stay-at-home mom where she doesn't have to worry about, having a backup. But that's the thing. Here's the thing. Most girls, when people think about stay-at-home moms, I think there's this thought process where all they do is stay home and do nothing besides raise the kids. Like there's a lot of stay-at-home moms that have their own businesses. I see them all the time on YouTube. They got makeup tutorials going on, bringing in money. They're selling stuff on Amazon. They got a lot of stuff going on. So they're not necessarily working for corporate America, but they've got their own little like devices going on where they're sitting back and creating their own income for themselves. Yeah. Okay. And again, so I don't think that's an issue either, but there are some women that don't want to do it. They just want to focus on the kids, because focus on the kids can be a full-time job, of course. But my point is, it doesn't have to be that way. Now, to the notion of not depending on a man, that comes from trauma based off not necessarily personally, but it comes from societal trauma. And what I mean by that is the fact that multiple people, you see all these relationships in your real life and even on like television and media, where people, basically you see these, especially with people that have a little bit more cake to the name, right? They got a little bit more bread to the name. So they will sit back and they'll leave a girl broken, destitute, and, he left me and I didn't have a job and I got to do all this. Here's the reality. And this is why, and I'm not saying there aren't any cases where, the guy was a jackass, but a lot of times this is a buildup. Okay. And there's a lot of times there's issues between both between the partners themselves. Okay. Then the girl is doing something, the guy is doing something. There's friction there. It's not all of a sudden the dude's like, you know what? I don't want to be with you anymore. Kick rocks. And I'm a stand on this. 99% of the cases of a guy that is well-to-do, if a guy is taking care of his woman and he's been there for his woman for years, doing everything right, and decides that he doesn't want to be with her anymore, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to leave her broken, destitute. He's going to break her off. The only time you have dudes that want to leave girls bucked up and destitute is because they were acting a way that they didn't like, and the women was out of pocket too. Like, these women are not innocent, just like these men are not innocent. But I hate this notion that these guys, that he's a monster and he just left her fucked up. No, she was just as terrible to him as he was to her. Okay, 90% of the time, they were both terrible to each other. And he's like, okay, you act like that, I'm not giving you nothing, But most men, okay, even if you have disagreements, most men will leave you with something. Most men. This whole like fake media driven like propaganda that dudes are just out here not leaving women with nothing. Most dudes aren't doing that. Even if they don't like you, they're not doing that. Okay. Now they might not leave you as much as you want to, because it's like, listen, some of these girls are greedy. Okay. And I'm gonna say this. I don't care. $50K a month for $50K a month in child support is outrageous. I don't care if he's Jeff Bezos. $50K a month for child support is outrageous, okay? Because 99% of us were raised on a tenth of that, okay? It's outrageous. I don't want to hear it, all right? Nonsense, okay? You want that money for yourself to spend on your own selfish desires, because you don't need $50K to raise no child. It's madness. Anyways, y'all got it.
You okay?
You like that sometimes.
Yeah, do you guys think that when kids are involved, like that's when things sort of change though?
Of
Like
course. Absolutely. It should, at least. There are cases when it doesn't. I'm not going to talk about people's parenting skills. Let me just keep that shit to myself.
well, okay, how about if you had a daughter and a son, right?
Mhm.
Would you pretty much be paranoid, a type of paranoid parent with the whole dating world?
1,000%. I shall let you go first, but 1,000%.
What do you mean by paranoid with in a dating?
Well, for example, like you know how bad it's getting, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
would you be, I guess, extremely worried for your son to be dating a girl, and this girl, for example, wants your son to be paying for everything while they're living separate, and like this girl wants to depend on your son? Would that like freak you out? Would you?
Of course, because what's wrong with her hands?
Oh,
In a
goodness
heartbeat.
gracious.
In a heartbeat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go send the father to go to knock some sense into him, or I'll have to do it. Cause y'all don't even live together, and especially don't be under my roof and you out here paying her bills. What's wrong with you? Hey, no, you but boy, better
Send some money
saving.
my way. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, you save that money to get out of my house.
I'm dead.
So what if you have a daughter and she's
Yeah.
like, she's 16, she's says, "Mommy, I got a boyfriend. His name is Steve." Okay. And he's slinging pipe. So like, I mean, how we moving?
Excuse me?
Your daughter has a boyfriend. She's 16 in high school. Okay. Now it's not on no wild stuff. He's in the same grade as she is. But they're 16 and they're engaging in adult activities. She said, "Mommy, I have a boyfriend."
Upside her damn head. I'm going to pop her upside the head because I'm not being. One, we're not going to be in an episode of Teen Mom, and I'm not taking care. I'm not taking care of it. I'm going to knock you upside the head. Then I'm going to let your father handle it. Okay, you're gonna get a double ass whooping.
Oh God.
Because ain't none of that over here. Ain't no fornicating up in my house. Ain't no fornication up in here. Culturally, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work culturally. Mm-mm.
So how would you handle the situation? Like, let's say one day your daughter, you guys, because you guys have as a family, you have your little family stuff time and things like that. And after dinner, you and your husband just kind of relaxing, with a glass of whiskey, just kind of going over your day. It's about 7:30 p.m. And your daughter comes out. Her name is Samantha. And she says, "Mommy."
Good and well, I ain't naming no child Samantha. There's nothing wrong with the name Samantha, but no. But go ahead.
She says, "Mommy." He said, "What's up? What's going on, sugar?" She said, "Mommy,
what am I in the 50s and the 40s? Calling people sugar? Oh man, you.
She said, "Mommy." And she starts crying. I'm sorry. I'm such a bad daughter. I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. She said, "What's going on? What's going on? Talk to me." And you get in front of her and you get down on your knees to get her, like, to get level with her. And you say, "What's going on, baby?"
Definitely doing all that, but go ahead.
I'm like, would I should really say that? I'm like, it doesn't even sound like
going on no knee level. You go sit down.
So she said, she looked at you dead in your eyes. She said, "Mama, I'm pregnant as fuck."
Why do you say it like that? First of
all, my child will probably never curse in front of me. It would probably, I don't know. I honestly can't say because my reaction might be slapping you.
Oh
good.
But in my head,
she said, "Mommy, the baby."
Your face ain't got nothing to do with your stomach. But that would be like the thought. Would I do it? Possibly not. But I would be pissed off. Mm-hmm. I would be pissed off because.
So she tried to hug you right then and there. If she said she tried to hug you.
Back up because back up because there's no sympathy right there. There's not gonna be, "Oh baby, I'm so sorry, we'll be together." No. What the hell is wrong with you? You knew that you weren't supposed to be doing that. You already knew our rule. Now you pregnant. Who you think gonna take care of it? Because it's not gonna be me.
Oh God.
And I'm gonna be real, ain't gonna be no abortion either, because you thought you were grown enough to do it. You're gonna be grown enough to take care of it. You're not going to prom. You're gonna go to school. You're gonna have to get a job. All the fun things that you think you're gonna do in high school, you're not gonna do it because you have a child to take care of. And let alone you come back and tell me the dude ain't want to be a part of it. I'm gonna be even more mad and say you should have vetted better. On top of that, and then I'm gonna be like, you know what? You take care of your daughter. You handle that, because I'm about to go and I'm about to just walk away and let the father handle that. And that's gonna be my same reaction for a son.
So let's say you let the father react. You said, John, handle this, John. And he came and he said, I got it, sweetie, I got it. And you walked off, and he said, he was looking at the door. And he said, you disappointed your family. I just want you to know that. And then he got down on one knee and said, what can I do for you, sweetie? What can daddy do for you? We're going to get through this. We are going to get through this.
Because that's daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
That is daddy's little girl. But as long as he is on the point of, like, not coddling, because there's no, what is the coddle? You made an adult decision, and now you have adult consequences. And why should me as a parent have to suffer and retake care of the whole child because you want to be 16 and grown? We're not talking about a grown adult, 18, everything. You still in school. You barely got a license.
Yeah, let's say you're saying all that right now. You're just going off. She's going off, laying it out, right? And all of a sudden the doorbell rings. Ding dong.
Oh God.
Right? And you said, what? Who's? And then I like to say your husband goes, he opens the door. Excuse me, who are you? He said, my name is Jeffrey. And I just want to come in and tell this to your face. Yes, I impregnated your daughter, and I'll do it again, okay? Because I love her.
He's gonna get Spartan kicked right out my door. Gonna hit that this is Spartan and slam that door right in his face. And then call the police and say, I got somebody trespassing on my line. I don't know, some crazy kid sitting up on my thing talking reckless. Because don't come over here talking reckless. And also don't think if he get kicked out of his house, he's gonna be staying in my house.
Oh my God.
Oh,
either. I'm not taking care of you. You got kicked out. You better go find yourself a job. Go hold a sign that said will work. Publix is always hiring. You know, Publix hires everybody.
That's crazy.
But you're not coming to live over here with me. I don't understand them people. Kick them out and then you let them know. What? That's more people to house to feed. Absolutely not. You made your bed.
If he was just trying to level with you, it's like to say, hey, I'm trying to take responsibility for my actions. I was hoping that you can respect me as an adult, because I know, like you said, I was playing adult games and I had to win adult prizes.
I'm gonna tell him plain and simple, you're not an adult. I respect you, but you dang sure ain't an adult. You 16. So don't ask me to respect you as an adult until 2 years from now.
And what if he said, with all due respect, ma'am, people were 16 years old giving birth 100 years ago, okay?
I don't care. This is 2026. You ain't got no job. You can't pay for the child.
Well, I work part-time at Winn-Dixie, ma'am. Okay, I'm going to support this baby. Okay.
Oh my God, Levi. You gonna see a footprint on his behind if he arguing with me. A clear footprint. And then I'm calling my daddy.
Oh no!
I'm calling Grandpa, and then I'm gonna call all my uncles and tell them y'all gotta come down there and get her and get this boy. I don't think they want a list of Haitian people.
Oh God!
Coming down on y'all. I will actually figure that I'm calling the whole family. Calling the cousins, I'm calling the aunts, I'm calling all that and everything, and she gonna get hers. And I don't think he want that either.
So would you let them talk on the phone?
You talk with all you want on the phone.
Okay.
What? Okay. So, because y'all gonna have to coordinate how y'all gonna take care of it.
Well, he says the other phone talking, like, you know how parents do. You know, they have one phone. It's like, you know, most people don't have house phones anymore. But
I do have a house phone.
Okay, so if you had a house phone, you know, you could pick up the other house phone. You can kind of listen into what they're saying, and you heard him saying, "Listen."
What?
You heard him say, he said, "Listen, I know your parents don't really want us to be together." She said, "No, they do. They just don't think you're ready." He said, "No, listen to me. Listen to me. Okay, I'm going to be a good man. I'm going to be a good father, okay? And I'm going to get you pregnant again. I don't care what your parents say, okay?
Oh,
We're going to make this happen. You hear this on the other line, Aisha. You hear this on the other line. And she says, oh, Jeffrey, stop. You're making me blush.
Oh,
What
God,
you do?
no.
Well, I'm like I just said, the world just heard her now. I'm a Haitian. I'm coming swinging with the belt.
Oh,
I'm swinging. And he'll let me catch him. I'm going to swing on the belt with him, too.
Oh, God.
And then I'm going to call the parents and tell them, keep your little fast-tailed son on about his business.
That's a lie. I'll land it here. I'll land it here, and I'm gonna go to Rue, but I'll land it here.
Y'all gotta leave me alone.
Yeah, he said his last thing. He said you saw him. He somehow climbed on your. I kind of know the answer to this, but he somehow climbed on your roof. She says, "You can't deny our love." Okay,
who got
Miss
the glizzy?
Aisha.
Who got the glizzy? You first ask questions later, because ain't nobody be climbing up on in my house like that. Ain't nobody gonna be using no ladder. Ain't gonna be doing that. And I would hope the child would know. My child would be like, "Don't do that," because my parents got the glizzy, and they shoot first, ask questions later, and tell them. And
oh, God.
we stand your ground. There was somebody up in my house on my porch. I shot first, asked question later. I'm sorry, world. Because if
your daughter gonna be a single mom, bro.
I will, like in real talk. If I don't see who it is and I just see a silhouette,
he's on the roof of your house. No, he's on the roof of your house.
On the roof of my house. I hope he fall.
He said, Miss Aisha, you're gonna accept me and your daughter's love, or I'm jumping off this bitch.
I'm calling the police. I got some suicidal little boy up on my house. You're gonna have to get him. He ain't related to me. Trespass him. Lock him up. Put him in Appalachia. Put him in Appalachia. And
that's crazy.
And call it like a day. Okay. All right. You know Appalachia real.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, actually, forget Appalachia. Put him in Chattahoochee.
Oh, snap, not Chattahoochee.
Gotta put him in Chattahoochee. That's where he need to go. Chattahoochee. Get off my thing. And I might throw something at him.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to throw my slipper, and if he falls, he falls. Get off my roof. You damaging it.
So let's say, Rue.
Yeah, you're
married,
you
right?
Do your scenario, yeah.
So, you got a daughter and your son, and me and you've had these conversations, but for the people. We got to do it for the people. So, let's say the son is 17 and the daughter's 16.
Son is 17, daughter is 16.
Why are we having children so close to each other? What happened to the age gaps? I'm just saying.
People are impatient.
Yes, as they should be.
I need about 3 years.
I know, right?
I need about 3 years in between if need be.
So, you like, for example, let's say married or whatever, and you hear you go to say, the husband says, "Hey, let me did you go check on your kids, tell them good night and things like that?" But yeah, I thought you did. And he was like, no, I had to handle some stuff for work. Could you go check on them or whatever? So, of course. So, I got you. And you get up, you walk into the room and you kind of creak open the door.
That sounds like the fakest conversation ever. Ain't nobody talk like that. Go ahead.
So you creak open the door. And when you open that door, you creak it and you hear you hear your daughter, and then you hear a moan.
Oh, stop.
Oh my God.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And then you open, then you say, huh? And then you hear another voice say, "Yeah, baby."
Oh, no.
What are you doing?
There's only one answer to it, and it better be correct.
First of all, I wouldn't even be. I would open that door immediately. Either would be no huh or anything like that. And first thing is to be, excuse me.
I love that word.
Wait, she says excuse me, but I'm not hearing the right words yet.
Oh yeah. No, first of all, I'm taking that phone away because is it like
he's in the bed?
He's in the bed. No, he's in the bed.
Them. You're catching him doing the
No.
You're catching
They're
it.
making sweet symphony. Yeah.
Oh God, no. Oh God, no. First thing I'm grabbing that boy by the neck or whatever, and he's getting off of her immediately.
Choke him expeditiously.
Yeah, because I would take that
years old though. They're 16.
So what?
I don't
You're
care.
trespassing.
Someone broke into the house to get to my daughter.
Yeah.
Like that's
He said, "Mommy, please, I love him."
oh goodness gracious.
As he
No.
flings right out the
I'm
window.
sorry, but
Out
like
the
if
window.
she I was gonna say, I'm sorry, but if she gets in, I don't want to hear my daughter's voice because if I do, I feel like I would lose it and I would slap her in the face because she needs to be quiet because I'm trying to get this boy out of this house before I lose it.
You better call for your husband too. Call for
So
him.
what if
Yeah.
you see the son who steps out, he just starts laughing. He said, I told you you're gonna get caught.
What the son?
The
Your
son,
son.
yeah. Mhm.
Oh my god, I would get so mad at my son. I'd be
Yeah,
like,
him too.
yeah, I would. No, that boy. I'm bringing my husband because
What you
that
mean?
boy. He
I'm
should
sorry.
have told me that my
Exactly.
husband is gonna beat this little booty because that son needs to know to protect his sister, first of all.
Rated E for everyone. Okay, everybody can get it in that house.
Oh man, that's
Oh
crazy.
god, I hope that never happens because that would oh
You
So
see,
what
I'm
if she was going?
smiling
What
on
if
the mugshot. That's what you'll see. Smug shots.
so weeks later, she comes back and she says, "Mommy, listen, first of all, I want to tell you you're amazing. You look beautiful. You're glowing. Daddy made the right choice by choosing you. Okay, like there was nothing
that
more
never
beautiful,
works, first of all. Yeah.
And let them know.
nothing more beautiful than the woman that I'm standing in front of right now." And you said, "Sweetie," she said, "I'm pregnant."
Oh no. Oh no. I would have to leave. I'm like I need the
Really?
husband. Yeah, I would have to leave. I'm like because first
So
of
much
all,
more change.
you ain't you ain't coming up to me complimenting me like that. Like I wouldn't even
Mhm.
have the patience for that. I literally would be like spit it out already.
Mhm.
And if she I mean at that point there's nothing I can do. The girl's pregnant. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna, slap her or do anything like that.
Yeah.
I need to cool down. I need to cool
Mhm.
down, sending in the husband. The husband has to go talk to her, whatever, before I lose my mind.
I
Because
already know
at
the
this
answer to this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, because at this point, like I'm gonna be taking care of that child, So
You
but
16, yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be taking care of that child, but you best bet that daughter will not be going out partying. Like that girl's not going out at all, at all. And we are meeting this boy. I'm like, this boy is going to be tied to my daughter for the rest of his life.
Yeah. So what if first of all, what if when the dad comes to talk to her and you said, honey, get her. Do you know what she just said to me? She said she's pregnant. And I was like, okay. So I'll go talk to her. So he goes and he's talking to me and he looks back at you because he's looking at your face. And then then he gets down on one knee and he says, sweetie, I just want you to know that regardless of what happens, daddy's here for you. Okay. We're gonna do this together.
I don't
I
know
can
what
All
men
make
are actually going to say on this. I really want to know what kind of men you trying to get us have us married. Because I don't know no man that's going to be this calm about their daughter out here pregnant.
At 16 is crazy.
Yeah, I
No.
just don't understand and know what parent is doing that.
Listen,
So
I can't. At that point, I can't beat my daughter, but I'm taking my husband out of that room, and he's gonna get a beating. Because what do you
what?
Yeah, beat
mean?
the daughter.
Yeah, what do you
What?
mean? You talking to me like
The belt does not affect the stomach. Okay, the
that?
legs do not affect the stomach.
So okay, all right. So what if she said, "Oh, that kid's gonna that boy's gonna be in her life," and she said, "Mom, I don't know whose it is." What do you?
Oh God, stop! Oh God, no.
She might have to be for the streets for real.
No, that would freak me out heavy. I'd be like, we are. You know what? I'm like, we are doing a police report. We are
What?
gonna. Yep. There
Not
is no
not
way.
Levi. She went the whole white people scenario.
Yeah,
I'm calling the
the
police.
police
No.
involved.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, if you don't know who that's crazy. What else am I supposed to like? Who am I supposed to go after? That's
Your daughter for being a loosey goosey, for just being loose. What? Even ask her how many dang people have you doing? God, I must have failed.
Oh yeah,
I failed because you a hoe.
All right, I got one more for you, Aish. What would you do if your 17-year-old son? He's about to graduate high school. He's 3 weeks away from prom. And all of a sudden, your doorbell rings. You open the door. There's 3 girls sitting out, like standing outside the door. and they all got bellies, all three of them. And she says, Miss Isha, we just want to let you know that Damien,
Why you give me that devil name from that movie Omen?
that Jafar.
What?
Okay.
I hate Jafar too.
Okay. That Tyrone.
Okay, there we go. That's a man.
Okay.
Call on Tyrone. Go ahead.
That Tyrone. She said, we gonna let you know, Miss Isha, that these are Tyrone's babies. Mm-hmm. That's right.
If you could see my face, my eyes would be barely just staring at them. Shut the door. I'm gonna find me a good one or a good hanger. I'm gonna find me a good hanger.
She said a hanger.
Mommy, who was that? Who's at the door, Mom? What's up?
I'm gonna take them by the ear. Who are these little heifers on my porch? See his facial expression, and in front of them, I'm gonna whoop them. I'm whooping them because they ain't know where Ruby can talk about. Oh, there's no you can't beat him because she pregnant. He ain't pregnant. I can whoop him. I'm gonna beat him. And if the girl say something, they can get some too.
She said, "Hey, that's my man."
I will hit you.
Oh God.
Once again, my hand rated E for everyone.
I can picture Isha clearly threatening someone like that. I will hit you.
I will hit you and get off of my go back to your parents and everything before you get hurt. And I will whoop them and tell them, how dare you get people pregnant and got these little heifers up on my doorstep.
He said, Mom, they're crazy, Mom. They crazy. They just, you know how these girls be, Mom. You know, they crazy. That ain't my baby, Mom. You know.
I'm gonna tell them to shut up because you about to work my nerve. You're gonna work my nerve. I'm gonna still beat them. Of course, there's gonna be DNA. Gonna always DNA test me, and then if it is his.
All three of them, three different baby mamas.
Once again, you gonna take care of it. I ain't
giving you that nigga's doomed. He's doomed.
And you gonna have to get a job, and you gonna have to get out my house because ain't no 3 babies about to be up in my house after I already took care of 2.
Child support's gonna be diabolical, bro.
It will be, and he gonna learn today.
That's gonna be crazy.
He gonna have to go to college, and he gonna have to work. All the way down to work.
Yeah,
I don't know. He can figure it out, or he can do online, whatever. But you gonna have to work, and they're not gonna come out my money.
So Rube, if this happened, let's just say this happened to you, right? Same thing happened to you. You know, same circumstance. 3 girls show up on your doorstep, both claiming that your son got them pregnant as hell.
She gonna be calm. She gonna be calm with it. She gonna be just calm and smooth.
If they came up to me, right? You said, "Oh,
they knocked on the door." Yeah.
Well,
walk them on your house, okay? Your peace, your sanctuary.
I would not have the time of day to talk to these girls. I would slam that door and go straight to my son and slap his face for the whole thing. And I literally would be like, I think at that point I'm like, I don't want to hear what you have plans or whatever, because 3 baby mamas, that's too much stress. There's no way. I'm like, you need to get out of my house and figure something out to take care of these kids. I'm like,
she mean I didn't take him out of the house yet.
So
I let him graduate before he go.
Would you ask him why?
What's the why for?
So if you asked him why, I said, like, why did you do that, Jeffrey? Why? And he said, like, Mom, Mom, I gotta take care of the ladies, man. I gotta slang it like that. You raised the stallion.
If my son talks like that, I have failed. Like, I will have to disown my son, because who in the world are you?
You just asking for another ass whooping.
Yeah.
You just asked it, and this time it's gonna be a pure belt. It's gonna be a pure belt or a ruler. I'm finding whatever closest to me, and I'm getting
crazy.
Levi, that's how it was when we were kids. You got hit with the closest thing. If I have a spoon in my hand, I'm hitting you with the spoon.
Everything, absolutely.
And then, and then I might have to ship you off to military school for your last 3 weeks. I don't know.
Sheesh, out of there.
I don't know.
Out of there.
I don't know, but don't tell me. Don't talk to me like that, because that's the quickest way to be put on the doorstep, and you can go live with one of them 3.
That's crazy.
Like talking about I just got to do what I got. No.
No.
That's crazy.
My son would never talk to me like that.
Exactly.
Ever.
I think they would know just based off of just how I am and how I would never talk to my parents.
Well, this goes to both of you ladies. If you met a guy, it's like you met a guy, you had one date, coffee date, and the next time you saw him, because you said, "Oh, this is cool, everything's fine." So let's go on the next date with him. And when you saw him the second time, he had a picture of your name and his face on your shoulder. Immediately,
what?
second date. Second date. After
he
second date, he has your name and his face on his shoulder.
I'm packing my stuff and moving to a different state.
Whoa!
Closed.
Rube?
I was gonna say it depends.
I don't know.
Oh my god. She like that toxic. She likes that weird toxic stalking crap.
I told you.
You're gonna have to pray for her because no.
She's a sucker for it, bro.
No, that ain't cute. That's not cute. I'm moving. I put a restraining order out because he might be one of those people. If I can't have you, nobody will. Now I'm about to be kidnapped and put in their basement for the rest of their life because why you putting my face and my name on
like
you? I don't
shit.
even like you. Ruby can have that. Ruby can have it.
It just shows
she'll be on the back of a milk carton with that foolishness.
Oh God, no. It depends because you can kind of feel the.
It doesn't depend on shit. If a dude doesn't, he's a maniac.
That's a maniac, Ruby, and that's date number 2. You're not. He's not talking about a boyfriend or somebody you're marrying.
This is second day. Second time you ever seen this dude in your life.
That's unhinged.
No, don't say now. You heard what I said. You heard what I said.
No. Listen, I thought
oh my God.
I wasn't. But when you go on a second date or whatever, you're not talking to this person. It's just pure straight dates.
The second day, the second date, second time you saw this dude, he has a tattoo of your face and your name on his
shoulder. But we're not quote unquote talking prior because that's.
But
you talked the date. Yeah, you had a date.
You're
you talked it all. Yeah,
texting, but that's still not okay. This is
then that's creepy.
Don't change it. Don't
no.
Stop.
No.
I'm not letting you do that. I'm not letting you do that.
No.
I'm trying to clean it up now.
No, when I said it depends, as in like, for example, it depends if I like the guy. If I'm talking to this guy months prior and we're just barely going on a second date, then I will most likely fall for it. But if I'm just going on a first date and that's all like the interaction I've had with this guy, and then the second date comes up, like I haven't talked to you like that, so there's no point for you to have my name.
But why would you fall for it and you only been dating for a couple of months? That's something people do for years.
Oh, it's 3 years. That's just me. I fall for people heavy within like the first.
Okay, so let me test.
That's a damn lie.
Just hold on. We just gonna have
month or 2 months.
We're gonna hit that Heavenly Father. Please put your hand over Ruby and
please,
and make sure she is okay. Just guide her heart and her mind because. What in the world, Lord?
I don't know. I've been trying to listen. I've been trying to figure this out for over a year now. So, like, yeah, it's wild work. It's wild work.
No, I'm calling the police. That's what I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police. I'm calling Benjamin Crump. I'm calling everybody.
Benjamin Crump is crazy.
I'm calling everybody. Get a restraining order. I'm gonna move because that's not normal. And once again, I'm calling Chattahoochee.
Yeah, the chat's gonna hear this, right? And they're gonna use that to their advantage. They're gonna be trying to hit on Ruby.
Weird stuff.
Yeah. She gonna listen. No, you're right. She's gonna end up on the news in the milk carton. On the news in the milk carton.
News in the milk carton. Put you on the milk carton
because the only we'll talk about more about this once this podcast is over. But yeah, you're gonna be on the milk carton, bro. There's not a lot of people that will do something like that.
That's crazy.
Because most people
have no faith in me.
No, I don't.
No, I've lost faith because most girls.
I don't. I've known you for a minute, so yeah, hell no, I don't.
Most women are going to see that and they're going to go.
Listen, I misheard
and then get up and
situation.
go. I'm going to the bathroom and I'm disappearing. Even if he drove me there, I'm disappearing. I'm going out the back door. I'm walking. I'm getting an Uber. I'm disappearing because that's not cool. That's weird.
Okay, I needed a couple months to know the man. Okay.
Get out of here, bro. See how she's trying to clean it up now, bro. I'm not letting her do it, bro.
No, for real.
But Levi, a couple of months is still not helping the
No,
situation.
it's not.
It's not making
It's not.
it any
Yeah.
better.
I try to tell y'all she likes that type of stuff. She likes
You like that
She
weird
likes-
toxic stuff.
she likes
apparently.
crazy obsessive people over her, bro.
Uh,
She
only-
loves that.
The only reason being is because I know how obsessive I can be, so I kind of like it when it's the same level.
But that's not
Yeah.
obsessive.
That's gonna mess around and get you buried somewhere.
Oh
That-
my goodness.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and start watching Salt.
She watches enough crime dramas to know
I'm not-
this.
I'm about to close all my DMs. This is crazy.
Okay.
I don't.
No, y'all need to let her know something because that's crazy.
All right, guys. On that note, we gotta get up out of here. That was crazy. We gotta get on out of here, guys. Listen, we appreciate y'all coming through. This was fun. This was enjoyable. We hope that you guys had a blast watching us too. We will see you guys next week. Let me leave it to Aisha and Rube for the closing remarks.
Go ahead, Aisha.
I forgot it. All right, y'all go ahead and like,
Okay.
comment, share, and subscribe. I was trying to get my gift. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm prepared for this one.
Rube, go ahead.
We'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow for gaming nights.
Ooh,
I don't know.
gaming.
After what they said, I think I'm gonna go sleep and not come.
That was
They on
crazy.
some weird stuff. All right, y'all.
All right.
Until
See you
next time.
guys.
Until next time, guys.